Have you ever wondered whether being in a relationship in your early years helps you grow or holds you back? If you're like me, you've probably been torn between the two. The grind to become your best self, and the idea of finding someone special to share it all with. Let me share my story, the lessons I've learned, and my take on whether you should stay single or settle down early. For 28 years, I was single. I had simply decided early on that I didn't want a relationship because I needed that time to focus on myself. I was building my career, hitting the gym, and figuring out what I really wanted in life. And honestly, it was hard. What made it even harder was I was dealing with a lot of anxiety, and at times I was really lonely. But it also gave me the clarity to stop chasing and start growing. Then in 2023, I decided to go all in on dating. I paid a mentor to hold me accountable with my mindset and my dating goals. And then I started dating a ton. I started actually tapping into the person I'd become by building my career, by working on my social skills, by hitting the gym and all these things. And then I met who's now my current girlfriend. And I just knew that she was special when I met her. It was absolutely worth the wait, because if I had not built myself up to be that person, I would have never attracted her in the first place. We talked a lot about that she's not the party type of girl that goes out every weekend, which was the girls that I was initially meeting when I first started meeting girls at the end of my time at university. I was often going out myself, spending a lot of time being on nights out, and that meant the type that I was attracting back then, they were similar types. She's always been attracted to more mature guys, and now I'm that mature guy that was able to connect with her. While looking back, some of the other girls that I was interested in earlier on, they just wouldn't click with me the way I do with my current girlfriend. And yeah, looking back, being single in your early years, it really has its ups and downs. The upside is, of course, you have time. Literally the most valuable resource you'll ever have. You can spend that time building your career, developing skills, and leveling up in every aspect of your life. The downside is, you'll most likely still get the itch to go and date, and you'll feel lonely at times. And I'll admit, I spend way too much energy on dating apps looking back, and short-term relationships that really didn't lead anywhere. I still learned a lot from those, and I figured out what I really wanted, but some of these dates I could have spent making more money and building my career and building up other skills. When me and my girlfriend decided that we were going to be a couple, something definitely shifted inside of me. It wasn't an overnight thing, but she told me that I've changed a lot over the last year. Since she is technically my first girlfriend, I have had a bunch of shorter 3 to 6 month relationships. She's my first official girlfriend that I've showed to my parents, and that really changes something in you. First of all, I wasn't distracted by dating apps anymore and trying to find someone anymore. A lot of my energy could go towards my goals because that part of my life was stable. But that being said, now there's also the time I'm putting into my girlfriend, which for me there was a phase where that didn't come naturally to me. I was so used to dating a bunch of women that at times I would just be like, no, I'm just gonna prioritize my goals and then not text them back and stuff like that. But I couldn't do that with my girlfriend. I had to keep myself accountable to actually be a good boyfriend and do the things necessary to keep this team effort going with me and my girlfriend. So while I gained back some time and money, I also spend it differently. So all in all, it's a different trade-off. But the great thing is, suddenly I have a partner that's supporting my growth and even encourages me to go for my goals. What I want to emphasize here is, I've definitely learned that it's not just about having a partner, it's about having the right partner. Someone who shares your values, respects my grind, and doesn't pressure me to be someone I'm not. My girlfriend isn't materialistic. She doesn't care about expensive dates. She cares about effort and shared experiences. And that's the kind of person who makes a relationship worth it. So the million-dollar question is, should you stay single or get into a relationship in your early years? Here's the thing, it depends on your goals and where you're at in life. When you're single, you have the freedom to dedicate yourself fully to your craft, fitness, and career. You're not worried about balancing someone else's needs with your own. This is crucial if you're still figuring out who you are, and if you don't know what you want, you'll have the time here to figure that out. On the other hand, a relationship can provide the stability and even fuel your growth if you're with the right person. It'll also teach you valuable relationship skills that most people will probably make in their first relationship. So I've made a lot of mistakes in my current relationship, and sometimes it does feel like a slippery slope. If I had a relationship earlier in my life, I would have most likely learned these skills and these compromises that you have to take in a relationship. And one important concept I'd like you to consider is what's called the mate value trajectory. This is a bit controversial, but please stick with me here. For men, your value in the dating market typically increases as you age, especially if you focus on fitness, your earning potential, and your skills. For women, unfortunately, it's more tied to youthfulness and beauty, which tends to peak earlier. So this is where you get a bit of an ethical dilemma. If you're a young guy building yourself up, you might find that in 10 years you have more options than you do now. This is at least the case for me. So the question becomes, are you choosing your partner because they truly align with your values and vision, or just because they are available now? This is something you need to think about carefully, because it impacts both you and your partner's future. For me, being single taught me discipline, focus, and self-reliance. But being in a relationship has taught me the value of partnership, emotional support, and shared growth. If I could go back, I'd tell my younger self, take your time, don't rush into relationships out of loneliness, but don't close yourself off of them either, which is what I did. The right person can amplify your life without taking away from your goals in ways you never expected. I'd love to hear your take on this. Are you in a relationship or are you grinding it out solo right now? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your perspective. And if this video resonated with you, hit like and subscribe for more real talk about life, relationships, and growth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.